Hello, my name is Megatron Bison, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Castlevania on the NES. And this time we are going to be taking on stages 5 and 6, or levels 5 and 6 rather. And this time we'll be entering the most hated level of many Castlevania games, the Clock Tower level. And this is particularly brutal, and without further ado, let's get going, I guess. So straight away we're met with the ball baggy and once again this is something that we're not really going to want to be taking on too much. So you want to get rid of these once again as soon as you can, and this is the only holy water item on the level. And believe me when I say this is the only good bloody item on the level. And we really want to try and not die or lose this item, otherwise the boss of this level is going to be 10 times harder than he'd need to be. And we've got those irritating bone-throwing skeletons once again, just here to pester you and piss you off. And you can see those flea men's random pattern bouncing away like little scrutums down there, as well as a dual assault of these bone-throwing skeletons. And as you can see, it's going to be really easy for me to get up there without getting hit. Oh wait, that was a lie. But I lured him over to that side of the screen, and thankfully he backs off enough from me to have allowed me to get up without getting bashed by one of his stupid bones. But things are going to get worse still from here, because now we have the red skeletons, and the red skeletons just don't die. So when you put them in combination with flea men, they're going to be pretty bloody annoying. Only take a single hit, but they're regenerate about 2 seconds later. And there's something to slow me up. A stopwatch, which I absolutely explicitly do not want to pick up if I want to stand any chance against the boss of this stage. Now carrying on. Now we have something even more irritating. This time it is the Axe Armor Knights, and they take way too many whip hits, roughly 8. So what I'll be doing is try and luring them into my holy water. But at the same time, I'm having to try and lure them into the holy water whilst retaining hearts for the boss. That's worked out okay there. Managed to get the maximum amount of hits, and there's another weapon to throw you off, an axe. I'll not be keeping the axe, even though it would be really handy against some Medusa heads. But now I'm able to throw 3 holy water items, and I'm building up a respectable stockpile of hearts, so as long as I can keep the axe armors away from me, I might be okay. Might be the word here, cause even seasoned Castlevania players, unless they're long-playing freaks that can manage to speedrun games in minutes, will always have trouble with the act at this stage. But I'm just going to throw that there, turn my back, and then try and not walk up the ladder whilst trying to throw a power-up, just to kill him without actually having to go down there. You're wanting to bait him into your holy water for maximum hits from it, just so he won't bash you with his axe multiple times. And up here, hey, we got a single heart hidden in that wall. Brilliant. And I'm just going to collect some more of these hearts over here. This should give me a decent stockpile for taking on the old boss, and also for taking on those pesky axe armors. And they are screwed. I absolutely hate the axe armors, so I have no qualms about burning them to death with water. Because, well, they don't fight very far either. I'm trying to jump up here because, lo and behold, there's a secret over here. Bit of an obscure one. You had to jump from up there to get your little bag of money. And not even enough points for an extra life. And to make things worse, our axe armor friend has respawned again, and now I'm having to watch his gauntlet of axes. But hopefully I'll survive here. You got one of these red skeletons here. He just seems to have picked the perfect spot beneath the stairs to respawn. It's going to make things tricky, but I managed to time it and get past him okay. Why red skeletons infinitely respawn? I have no idea. It seems like a slightly abstract concept. And now the bone pillars. I've got 2 holy waters though, so I just want to spam them to death. Don't want to risk taking a hit at this stage. There's only one more item to restore your health. And the last corridor before the boss of this level is a real doozy. And I've just fucked up royally by getting the cross. In fact, that may be me done here, in fact. Because if I die here, I'm gonna be set back to a certain spot where I can't actually get any more holy water. And at this stage, I'm gonna take on the boss with only this boomerang weapon, which is normally a great weapon. Well, it's suicide, really. Because we have this corridor. And that means, take it on. An axe armor takes multiple hits, and not only that, multiple Medusa heads too. This is not gonna be fun. But maybe if I power up my cross enough, I'll have a fighting chance. Chance would be a factor, wouldn't it? It's not looking good so far though. But I'll keep going. You gotta have faith. That's what George Michael said after all, and well, he must be right. For some reason. I didn't really think that's the fight. Well, I've upgraded up to 3 cross boomerangs. Maybe this will give me a fighting chance against the boss, and in this level, it turns out that we'll be fighting death itself. Yes, death works for Dracula. That's kind of unusual, you've got to admit. And he spawns these infinitely respawning boomerang, or scythes rather, so I'm gonna have to try hoping that my boomerangs are enough to take them out. I'm just gonna spam these sub-weapons and just hope against hope that it works, and it actually did. You wouldn't believe how pumped I am just now for having actually bloody beaten death, not using the cheap holy water trick. But fuck you, Death! Simon Belmont takes no beef from death. He actually slays death somehow, and well, surely that means I should be invincible now or something, but instead we're gonna finish the level and move on to the final stage. And this final stage is really grossly unpleasant too, because, well, obviously we're going to be in the final part of Dracula's castle and taking on the big man himself, but there's many other threats abound as we move on to level 6. We've reached the final area of Dracula's castle. Anyway, it's time to take on the final stage, stage 16, the last level. And right off the bat, if you'll pardon that dreadful pun, we've got the bosses from level 1 designed to perfectly knock us into the pits, and they are going to take more than a single hit to take out as well, making it even crueler. So all I can really recommend that you do is stay on the run from these bastards and hope that they manage to float towards you in such a way that you can skip past them like so. And here, it's time for more of these boner-throwing skeletons. Sorry, bone-throwing skeletons, rather. And they're a bit of a pain in the arse, so positioned exactly that they could knock you into a pit with a single hit, given the fact that Simon Belmont seems to gravitate towards pits. And up here they've thrown another 2 bone-throwing skeletons. Can you tell it's the last level yet? I hope so. And this guy's a pain in the ass. He's just staying oh so out of my reach. But finally he bites the whip of destiny. The whip of destiny? Grief. What am I talking about? Anyway, we've got these horrible flea men here, so I'm not going to bother taking them on if I can get past them unscathed, which I have. And over here we have our final treasure that was hidden. So I've managed to pick that up. And if I can just get up to the top of these stairs, I'm actually going to be going into the final part of the game, where we take on Drac himself. And Drac won't be particularly pleasant. He's not going to go easy on us, so I'd better stock up on these power-ups here. Anyway, moving up. It's almost time. Got ourselves a crucifix, handy against vampires I've heard, as well as these beautiful hearts. This time though, going down with a whip of all things. And Dracula's a pain in the arse showing up here. He'll randomly teleport slinging fireballs at you. I never knew Dracula could throw fireballs. I've never seen that in any other depiction. And not only that there, he's got the weirdest smile on his face and a massive nose. Who knew? It's just a matter of trying to move around, hoping that he won't back you into a corner, which he has a bad habit of, and then leaping over his fireballs with pixel perfect timing in order to whip in the noggin. And boy, trying to commentate at the same time as fighting him isn't exactly doing wonders for my heart rate. Fuck you, Dracula. I'm gonna give you a smackula. Eat my whip crackula. And stop talking backula. Oh god, what am I saying? Please excuse me. And somehow I'm managing to miss him every time here. I'll have to up my game if I want to be able to beat Dracula here. But, you know, I don't think he's as bad as Death. He's a lot easier to dodge his attacks, at least, than Death was. Death, most of the time, is just random luck. This guy, that's all about the skill, which I obviously do not have, given how long it's taken me to defeat his first form. Come on, Simon Belmondo. Kill Dracula for one and all. Well, for Transylvania anyway. I've almost got him down. One more hit and the fucker's dead. Haha, not really. No, getting a kicking like that just causes him to lose his head, literally. And you're wanting to keep holy water right here so you can keep him locked on the ground so you can jump up and whip his noggin, which is the only way to hit him, of course, because the game developers were cruel people. But I've managed to get him onto the other side, so hopefully I can continue to spam him with this holy water and kill him. And down goes Dracula. Thank God! I've managed to defeat Castlevania just in time for Halloween. And I hope you've enjoyed watching me do so. I'm gonna pick up my final orb, because even after you defeat the final boss, you still have to pick up an orb. But as you can tell from that jaunty music, we have finished the game. Dracula is no more, in fact he is quite dead. Until the next game. And movie. Or whatever. Why he manages to be such an enduring villain, I don't know. But much like in a Ninja Gaiden game, you get to see the enemy's fortress tumble into itself. And we've managed to save all of Transylvania and possibly the waking world. All thanks to our gnarly abilities with the whip. And as you can see, the cast of this game, or credits, aren't exactly serious. It's puns on various different horror movie actors or directors, although I don't know if I'd call them puns given the fact that it's just usually a typo. Maybe finish the game through a second time though, you are gonna get the actual credits, although once again you're not even getting the proper names of the people who made the game then. But yes, thank you for watching, happy Halloween, and I played the greatest role in this story, and I hope you enjoyed watching Let's Play Castlevania on the NES with Megatron Bison. See you next time.